Hello everyone, welcome to my Yiking channel. I will update a piece called International News with you. So this news is about it. Iran may attack US military bases in the Middle East. Qatar is temporarily closing its airspace. Wow, it's actually a big problem, but Iran decided not to give in. Because before Trump said, "Hey Iran, hello, kneel down with me, don't you kneel down again. If you talk to me, I will have it." Further action, what's the news? That's all. On June 21st, the United States had already launched an airstrike on Iran's nuclear facilities. On the 23rd, two US officials said that Iran may launch an attack on the US military in the Middle East very soon. What will happen in the next day or two? Of course, based on what we know so far. The United States seems focused on complicating Iranian nuclear facilities, aiming for a certain effect. Because if it was the bombing, there wouldn't be such a news, because the Japanese media just said that before the Iran attack, the concentrated oil had been transferred to a safe place. That is the words, according to what Urja said, if there is a chance, it is to speed up the progress of a nuclear bomb, because in fact there was a news mentioned before. If the department accelerates the progress, the department can achieve 10 pills within about 2 weeks. So when the material comes out, it can achieve the same progress. Literally, if we do it like this, the whole world has the opportunity to have a nuclear war. Of course, we don't want it to evolve into this, but it's for Iran. Let's talk about it. It should definitely not be expensive. If it really seems like the leader said it first, attack the US military. After the stronghold is frightened, it will turn into an all-out war, because the Americans say they have a good excuse. Send buried eyes over and bury another one. Even drones. When the army comes in, I don't know what the United States will do. Maybe the United States won't even send troops. It just bombs and bombs you into Iran. You can't do it. So why don't you think it's called something? It may happen, but what about home? That is the system, maybe, I think. Hey, let me watch some news. The New York Times quoted two Israeli sources as saying that the Israeli military initially believed that the Fordow nuclear facility was extremely concealed. Although this attack on the frontier caused serious damage to the US military, it was completely destroyed. The US Secretary of Defense, 22nd, at the press conference, the same thing was said. The 3 nuclear facilities were severely damaged, but it was not as complete as Trump said. Look, there is also evidence that Iran has transferred 400 kilograms of oil from the Fordow nuclear facility with a smoothness of about 60%. This concentration is slightly lower than the 90% purity of nuclear weapons. So if you have the ability, you can make further improvements. If you mention 90%, you can achieve a nuclear weapon. Israel is also evaluating the satellite images a few days before the US attack. I think these images show that before the Iranian attack, some equipment had been transported away and there were elements buried in it. I will continue to look at it. Turning over the previous news, it is attacking the US military base in the Middle East and Qatar. Uda Air Force Base is the largest military base in the Middle East of the United States, and it serves as the front headquarters of the Central Department of the United States. This place can accommodate up to 10,000 soldiers. According to Reuters, the US Embassy in Qatar sent an email to American citizens in Qatar suggesting to take refuge on the spot and then until further notice. And the British government has also issued a warning suggesting that local British residents should take refuge until further notice, but the Chinese side, it's all about telling everyone not to go to some sensitive places. In short, everyone is calling for refuge. In fact, it's called having an intelligence network. Such an intelligence network can make it possible to communicate with your own citizens in advance. So let's make a reminder. Hey, what about a new analysis? Let's just analyze it. There are many signs that the United States bombs Iran, indicating that the United States may fail. What's the explanation? In other words, when the United States attacks Iran, it will face a dangerous situation, and it will also push the situation in the Middle East to a new climax, but all kinds of signs show it. Trump's family is so anxious that the United States may fail. Because you are lonely. According to Trump's words, the US military has successfully completed the attack on 3 local nuclear facilities in Fort Dollarton and Isfahan. Even talking about this one is a historic one. Other countries in the world can do this, but it's really so bad to see it at home. The American media and political circles have also expressed their views, and they generally have doubts about Trump's remarks. The large-scale ground-penetrating bombs in the United States will definitely cause serious damage to Iran's nuclear facilities, but will Iran be stupid enough to wait for you to blow it up? This is exactly what I said in the news reports earlier. It is consistent. It sounds that you have already removed it before you blow it up. That is to say, in your German country, you can bomb nuclear facilities and transfer them to bases with just one action, and you don't know where they will be transferred because you can see it. The air raid was successful, but there is a satellite image at home. This satellite image shows that there is a large convoy. Just this position appears, that is, you may have received the information before the bombing, so I will say goodbye to you, because actually, what Iran? War with Israel? Israel seems to be hitting well and assassinating people. Hey, the bombing hits people and then the United States helps to drag them and blow them up, but it's Iran and you still can't get it when you get home. If you have time to change the space, it's possible. If it's really a nuclear pop-up, then it's really a nuclear pop-up. Everyone has to go to the negotiation platform. If you go to the negotiation platform, you won't play the same way. So because it can blow up you, no matter how much you blow up, it doesn't matter if you blow up you or not. It doesn't matter to the United States. If it's really a fat nuclear bomb, people can do it. Well, let me ask you, 10 nuclear bombs will be copied out at once because the first thing is to figure out the amount of 10. In other words, according to the existing quantity of concentrated pomelo, it can achieve 10 nuclear bombs at a time. So if 10 pills coffee your air defense system together, even if you can prevent some radiation, it will explode in the sky. After the explosion, it will expose you to the sun. What do you know? Regarding nuclear radiation, it doesn't matter if you just blow it. But if you have to look at the wind blowing away the edge, you scatter it, you have enough, and it is so large, so the Iranian department may accelerate. Go to Tishan and then make nuclear weapons. Maybe it's the last bargaining chip. If it fails, well, it is possible that people will really attack the country many times because it is estimated that it will attack US military facilities. Well, Faldo is the focus of US attacks. Just drop 6 giant ground-penetrating missiles and come home? Trump just said he was so successful, but what about the former Russian president? Just ridicule. What are the achievements of the Americans' 3 goals of Iran? There are 3 results. In other words, the key facilities of Iran's nuclear facilities have not been affected or have been slightly damaged. Nuclear enriched oil can be openly said. Nuclear weapons production will continue in the future. Some countries are also preparing to directly provide nuclear warheads to Iran. That is to say, the United States cannot destroy Iran's nuclear mission at all, nuclear projects. If the first failure follows it, there will be a second failure. It is Trump's failure. This article says that Trump promised not to launch a war, so he didn't know that he joined the Iran war in less than half a year. So, what happened? And what about the direction of the war between Iran and Israel? I have to pay close attention to it. I hope it won't really lead to a world nuclear war. Everyone is having a good time. Well, I'm watching this episode with you. What do you want to say? And leave a message below. Well, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.